Did you know that you learned everything you might need to know to get your home buying process started in elementary school? The 5 W's, the 1 H on home buying and your situation are huge when buying a home. Hey everybody, Jeremy Kane Brokers Guild here. Thanks for checking out my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment. We work very hard to stay in touch and get back to you on that. We'll be forever grateful for everything you do. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the very first step I like to not skip in the home buying process, and that is sitting down with the 5 W's and the 1 H and really building our plan so that we know where we're going. All right, immediately we start with the why. Everything is better with a purpose, and I, as well as you and those around you, need to know your purpose when purchasing a home. Is this your forever home? Is it a stepping stone? Is it an investment? All of those things go into the why, but your purpose and your why is the most important part of purchasing a home. Next, after we have your purpose, we want to move to the how. How are we going to get this done? Do we have cash on hand? That would be super nice. Most of us do not have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 laying around. So then we move into financing. There's all sorts of different financing. Biggest myth in home buying is a 20% down. Absolutely, you do not need 20% of the total purchase price to buy a home. You will need some cash on hand. I suggest having $5,000 after the fact. We can navigate that with home warranties and things like that as we get there. But how we're going to do this is huge. Get in contact with a lender right now. They can expedite the process much faster than you can at home playing armchair credit repair. So talk to a lender. If you're in a good spot, maybe they're talking to you about saving a little bit more to get you into the next echelon of interest rates, whatever that may be. Talking to a lender is huge. Knowing our how is the second most important part of the process. After the how, we move to the who. Who's going to be living with you? Is there going to be roommates? Is someone going to be helping you pay the bills? Do you have a husband or wife or significant other that's going to live with you and help you pay the bills? Or do you just have kids and they definitely don't help pay the bills? They create the bills. So who's going to be living with you is super important is from a financial perspective, as well as how big of a home do you need? How many bathrooms? How many bedrooms? Do we need a garage? Do you like to work on cars? Do you need that extra space? Basement, all of these things. And as we go back to the how and the finances, we want to make sure that we can meet everybody's goals within reason. Sometimes we may not find that perfect, everything right, has everything we absolutely need dream home right away, but we can create a stepping stone to your next, and eventually you will find that you will be able to have everything that everyone needs. As we move on, we're going to talk about where. Where do you want to be? Is it urban versus suburban? Is it close to your work? Is school a factor? Do we need to be in a certain school district for the kids to stay consistent? Or do we need a different school district? Do we want to be close to our jobs? Do we commute? Do we work from home? All of that stuff comes into play when it comes to where. And then again, we'll go back to the finances. Where can we afford to live that has these things that we need, and go from there. So we'll check out neighborhoods and we'll make the best bet. Is the neighborhood more important, or is that 2-car garage more important? All of those things into play. We have that choice, and we find out where exactly you want to be and where you can be based on your situation. The next step is when. When can we make this happen? Are there financial things that we talked about before that need to happen prior to being approved to buy a home? Are you in a lease? Do you have a big life-changing event? Do you have a raise coming? All of these things play a factor into when is the right time to buy. And obviously you can read on the news the right time, the wrong time, all of this, but it doesn't matter unless it's not right for you. So the when needs to be ultra-focused, introspective. We need to know when the time is right for you. If you're, coming up on retirement, maybe downsizing, probably not the time to buy a huge mansion just so in 2 years you call me back and say, hey, got to move. We got to have a ranch floor plan. We got to move from this huge house. We need something smaller. So the when is also very important, and be honest with yourself and truthful. Although home buying is super exciting and a great idea, the when is huge in making it the right move. And then finally we get to the what. This is, do we need condo, home? Do we want to live on a golf course? Do we want to live on a beach? Do we want to live in the mountains? what we're looking for is ultimately based on the other 5 things we've talked about so far, the 4 W's and the 1 H there. So once we find out what, then we have it all on paper. It's all planned out. I can sit down with you and make this list and go through it and kind of talk you through, everything you might have questions about as far as getting a plan and sticking to it. Once we have all this set in motion, it's really just about hitting your marks and making it happen.